To a Mouse by Robert Burns. To a Mouse by Robert Burns is a poem that inspired John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. The legend has it that Robert Burns was plowing his field and ran his plow right through the home of a mouse, the nest of a mouse, and the mice scattered about. And immediately, Robert Burns stopped working and took out a paper and a pencil and scribbled this poem down. Um, so, what happened in this poem? What happened in this poem was exactly that: is that the farmer was out there plowing because he had to provide for the winter. He had to do this in order for him and his family to eat. The mouse had to take shelter because winter was coming. Everyone did everything right. Everyone did what they were supposed to do. They were acting in accordance with nature. And yet, tragically, the mouse is going to die. He's going to freeze to death, likely. So what's the idea here? The idea here is the world is a tough place. The world is a harsh place. No matter what it is you do, no matter what it is you plan, some kind of piano could fall on your head. Something could happen that is just going to upend everything you worked for, everything you planned for. So let's take a look at the final two stanzas because I think these are the most relevant to Of Mice and Men. But little mouse, you are not alone. Improving foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes of mice and men go often awry, and leave us nothing but grief and pain for promised joy. There's that idea exactly. It's that it doesn't matter how much you plan. Sometimes things happen, right? The world is tough, and the speaker in the poem even refers to the mouse as my fellow mortal earlier in the poem. And what that means is that, look, we're both on this earth. We're both going to die one day. We're both here only for a relatively short period of time. There's no reason why we should be enemies. We should be working together. I did not mean to upend your nest. I didn't mean to sentence you to death. All I was doing was plowing my fields how I was supposed to do. And all you were doing was taking shelter in your nest like you were supposed to do. It left us with nothing but grief and pain. The last stanza, still you are blessed compared with me. The present only touches you. But oh, I backward cast my eye on prospects dreary. And forward, though I cannot see, I guess and fear. So here the speaker in the final stanza is pointing out his opinion that the mouse is still better off than he is. Even though the mouse is sentenced to death, the mouse is not going to last the winter. He says, you're still better than me because all you're thinking about is the right here and the right now. The farmer, as a human, as far as we know, the only animal that worries about what's going to happen in the future and who dwells on things that happened in the past, that can't let things go. People are very often constantly in pain over and constantly scared and over things and have experienced all kinds of negative emotions over things that aren't actually happening. They're things that might maybe happen in the future or things that already happened in the past that you can't undo. Every single time you make a plan, you risk that because the plan could fail. The plan could fail for reasons outside of your control. The plan could fail for reasons within your control. Plans fail. They fail all the time. And so it's very easy for people to dwell on that. And if you dwell on that all the time, then it's likely you could be in constant pain.